It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 21st of August. I'm Michael Groff. We had a few showers and thunderstorms overnight into the early morning hours, mainly over the southwest valley. Some locally heavy rain, thunder, lightning. Most of us didn't see anything, but for the day today, conditions look to be more active across the state. Showers and storms are already going across parts of far southern Arizona. We'll see more storms developing over the southeastern part of the state and moving toward the south central deserts, including Phoenix, later this afternoon and this evening. Of course, the usual questions: where, when, how much rain could, would, and should there be? Well, we'll talk about all of that and everything else as we dive on in. First, here's that almanac from yesterday. 112 degrees was the afternoon high. That's the 51st time this year we've had a high of 110 plus. 92 the morning low officially, and we did it. There it is, 36 days this year with a low temperature at or above 90. That's a new all-time record. And today, the low has been 90. If that holds through midnight, we'll just tack on another day to that all-time record. 105 and 83 are the averages. We just missed that record high set back in 2019 of 113 degrees yesterday. Looking outside right now here at 8:55 a.m., we've got a few clouds going out there right now. 97 degrees already at Sky Harbor. And with lots of sun, the atmosphere looks to be getting rather unstable through the day today. Dew points at 61, humidity 31%, a calm wind, the barometer steady. Upper level weather pattern across the nation right now. High pressure over the southern plains, a trough over the Pacific Northwest, Arizona between these features. Flow aloft for today is out of the south, southeast, at least in the mid-levels. And so what that's going to do is storms that develop over the eastern and southeastern part of the state today will be pushed toward the south central deserts, including Phoenix. Upper level weather pattern, or the watch warning map across the area today. I've even had a cup of coffee, believe it or not. We've got some heat advisories over parts of the southern plains, Texas, Oklahoma, once again with that ridge there. Got some high fire danger throughout much of the west. A fire weather watch for most of Nevada, the Great Basin. Got high fire danger, the excessive fire danger advisories there, and the red flag warnings for parts of Wyoming, as it is rather dry out here in the west. Convective outlook for today, that risk of severe storms, the standard slight risk over parts of Montana and North Dakota, the broader severe weather risk over the western high plains. And here in southern Arizona, there's that level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe storms, the area in the darker green. And in that zone, the possibility of some storms that produce strong damaging straight line winds, 58 miles per hour in speed or greater, later this afternoon and tonight. Here's the rainfall outlook, valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, not a lot, generally at or under 1/10 of an inch. But of course, as always, your amount will vary. Some spots in the Southwest Valley saw some decent rain overnight. But for the most part, this represents an average of what you'll see across the state. So let's get into the details of this forecast right now. To do that, we explore the models. Here we go. GFS 06Z run at 2 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure to the east, trough to the north and west. Arizona under a south-southeasterly flow. There's an inverted trough, little upper low sitting to the south of us too, that adds some extra dynamic support. So what it all means down at the surface for the rest of the day today: yeah, partly cloudy sky, and we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms developing over the southeastern part of the state. The ingredients are there. We've got increasing shear, steeper lapse rates in the atmosphere. We've got plenty of sun out here across the south central deserts, so that should add some thermodynamic support. Slightly cooler air aloft. And unlike most of the summer, this is one of those rare days that we've had where there's basically no convective inhibition. There's no subsidence. There's no sinking air in the atmosphere. So storms should be fairly free to pop up. So hopefully that'll give rise to a pretty decent storm event this afternoon. Now, a few storms could be severe, producing strong, damaging straight line winds. And obviously that threat will also culminate in the possibility of some areas of blowing dust. So be aware of that if you're out and about, especially later this afternoon and tonight. Here's the GFS at 11 p.m. this evening. It shows those scattered showers and storms. And I really do think that for the most part, the storms will develop later this afternoon and tonight, although one of our high-resolution models actually has storms developing this morning and kind of moving into southern southwest Maricopa County and clipping the West Valley by later this morning. We're going to discount that solution right now, but that was one that's on the table. Let me show you. This is our HRRR model, and this has been the more reliable of our high-resolution models. This is at 8 p.m. this evening. the composite reflectivity product. The radar may not look exactly like this, but it does show an area of showers and storms moving into south central Arizona, including Phoenix at that time. Storms kind of fall apart as they come in here, but we'll still see some rain with those, it looks like. Again, if we take the HRRR at face value, more of a central and east valley thing as opposed to the west valley, although other runs have pushed those storms further west. The bottom line is we'll go with a 30 to 40% chance of storms for this afternoon and tonight. Otherwise, high temperatures today should top out much cooler than yesterday, anywhere from about 101 to 106. Lows tonight, mid-70s to mid-80s. Tomorrow, kind of a transition day. Okay, we've got this trough off to the north and west of us. A southwesterly flow begins to intrude into Arizona, but still plenty of moisture around. And I suspect that at least here in the south central deserts, we'll still have a chance at showers and storms through the day and maybe into the evening hours, as some of the influence of that trough actually adds extra dynamic support before the drier air comes in. So better chances of storms. Now, the only problem is that the flow aloft is going to start to turn, so we're not going to see the storms coming out of the mountains toward the deserts. We'll have to rely on them developing to the south or southwest of us, which isn't the greatest setup, but I still think that's a possibility. And again, a few of those storms tomorrow afternoon might be on the strong side. High temperatures tomorrow afternoon, anywhere from 101 to 106. Friday, the trough continues to progress and deepen over Oregon and Northern California, the Northern Great Basin, and that's going to push more southwesterly, drier air in here. Yeah, so looks like storms will be out of here, mainly confined to the far eastern part of the state, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and up into the Intermountain West. And we should be drying out. Mostly sunny, high temperatures, again, 102 to 106. And overnight lows with the drier air Friday night, Saturday morning should be in the 70s in most spots, low 80s in the urban core. And the weekend looks sunny, dry. Highs 102 to 106 Saturday, 104 to 108 Sunday. Monday looks to be fairly dry too, with highs again about 104 to 108, mostly sunny. Now the GFS wants to bring some moisture back in with high pressure trying to rebuild across the west on Tuesday, and actually shows some widely scattered storms over the eastern rim, the eastern mountains, and moving in maybe to Gila County, but we should still be dry even if this is correct, and I am not so sure about the moisture returning this quickly. High temperatures would still be somewhere about 103 to 107 or so. Here's a week from today. This is going to be Wednesday, the 28th, and high pressure is trying to rebuild again, as mentioned, in more of a setting up shop just to the west of us across Nevada, and more of an east-northeasterly flow taking shape. And if that's right, yes, a few storms could be pushed southwestward off the rim into the lower deserts, and that's certainly reflected on the GFS. Again, this scenario is kind of fluid. We've seen some different solutions out here. Not a high-confidence solution right now, but that is a possibility. We'll keep an eye on model trends. High temperatures will still be at or a little bit above average. I'd say anywhere from about 104 to 108 if this verifies. And then going out 10 days, this is Friday the 30th. And again, the GFS shows a 591 ridge north of the state, an easterly flow. If this is right, monsoon moisture would return for scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms. And this solution, it's interesting, way out here toward the 10-day period, the models start to come into better agreement with a stronger ridge building across the west and monsoon moisture returning. It's kind of the intermediate period of about the 4 to 8 days where there's quite a bit of difference. So next week may turn out to be fairly dry, but by the end of the next week, we could see a return to scattered showers and storms. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble through the 4th of September. The ensemble mean about 3/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit above that. European ensemble is the wet blanket to everything, of course, with the ensemble mean just barely over 1/10 of an inch. Yeah, real fun at parties, that European ensemble. And then the temperatures off the national blend of models, looking like we're going to stay above average the rest of the month and moving into September. That's not what you want to hear, but what you don't see on here is 110 degrees. Now, I still think we could see a day or two with highs 110 the rest of this month, and probably in September we'll no doubt have a couple of those. So our record, our all-time record for the most number of 110-degree days in a year, which was set all the way back last year, that is still in jeopardy, I believe, but we'll have to see how things play out. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning, and should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, suggestions, And if you really like what we do here, click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make those monetary contributions or donate directly to us via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is the PayPal address. It is GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. And yes, I did write that out in the air with my hands. I don't know why. I don't have the camera on. I don't know. Even if I had the camera on, why would I do that? I don't know. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion, laughing at my silliness, is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of that same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. I'm pointing to her. Again, why am I doing this? I'm acting like I'm on television. Nobody's going to put this face on television. Anyway, my one and only Michelle, check her out. Check out her videos. Check out everything Michelle related. It is all linked up down in the description. And you know what else is there? Our streaming station. It's called KMGX. What do we do there? We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. Just thousands of songs all in one place. The most chaotic mix of music. The most eclectic mix of music you will ever hear. All right. Thank you so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Enjoy the rain where you can find it. And you guys have yourselves an absolutely stellar rest of your Wednesday.